Hey Greg, what's happening, man? Hopefully you're having a good day. You're probably still hard at work knowing you. I think you're the only guy I know that works more than I do. Because I put in 40 a week at work and then show up here and spend anywhere from another 10 to 20 hours a week doing this. How's it going, Plunder Shop? Greg, I think you're lucky to probably take a day off a week, ain't you? You're probably working 10 hours, 6 days a week, 7. You're beat. that working outside's for the birds, probably. Are you doing outside jobs or are you inside right now? You able to get some painting jobs, doing interiors on houses or trim work or something like that? Hopefully you're not outside having to frame up or anything. I've been out here working on this little Lavat today. Been doing some more normal pipes inside. I'm out on that brutal. I don't blame you a bit. I don't know, let's see if I can turn the light on so you can see the grain on this pipe. Oh, knocked my phone over, sorry about that. The grain's probably not gonna show up. It's so tight, it's gonna have a hard time seeing it. Maybe you can see it there. Kind of fades a little bit on the front, but the straight grain picks back up over on the opposite side. You can see it? Awesome. Yeah, I've been working on this one the last couple days. Also got this wizard in the works here. It's kind of a Danish shaped bowl with it being a little more egg shaped, and it's got some little bit of plateau on the front. I think I'm gonna leave on there, give it a little bit of character. Been making some normal stems over the last couple days, just getting them ready. They haven't been shaped, obviously. Once I get a pipe for them, then I'll turn them down to closer to the shank size and work on those. Got another little wizard I'm working on here. Hey David, how you doing? Having your first smoke in the wizard, breaking it in with Byzantium. What a great pipe, Paul. Well, I'm glad you're happy with it, David. That's awesome to hear. The League of Keeper of the Briar. How's it going? Hopefully all you guys have had a great day today. This is another little wizard. This has got a little bitty stubby shank on it. I think I might put some sort of extension on that. I don't know whether it's going to be a wood or a horn. I haven't decided on that one. But this is what I'm working on today, working on this little Lavat. Just doing some hand sanding, cleaning it up. It looks like this is going to be a smooth. I know what I should do. I don't know what I'm thinking, Greg. Let me turn the light back on. I'll hit it with a spritz of water. I guess I'm not thinking. Maybe this will show up better. I don't know. We'll see. It's got some pretty tight grain on the side. It does a little funky thing on the front where it's kind of fades out a little bit. But then on the other side, that straight grain comes right back out. Covered in dust here. Yeah, this is a second Lovat I've worked on recently. I've got one that I'm working on that's sandblast. I'm waiting on some shellac to show up so I can put shellac on it. Oh, it won't take long. It's already drying off. It won't be long at all. I'll be able to start sanding again on that. I need to actually work up here a little bit and get this transition to what's going to be the mouthpiece working. Don't know. Don't like that file. Let me grab another one. Any of you guys been up to anything crazy in this new year? Let's see, move my little vise out of the way here. Yeah. Yeah, that transition's what I'm trying to get. The ebonite is a little bit larger than the stem right there. Oh, sorry, I probably shouldn't smack that on the wood to get the particles out of the file. That's kind of loud on your end, I'm sure. Sorry about that. The Lord of the Rings collection is complete. The Hobbit for shorter smoke, Strider 9mm for medium length, and now the Wizard for long encounters of the best kind. Yeah, Greg and Plunder, David picked up another Wizard from me, and it's about 12 inches long overall. The chamber on that is a 1-inch chamber. So it's definitely something you can spend some time with. I'm not gonna actually sand the shape the mouthpiece on this. I'm gonna take some more instruction from Jeff Allen, and he's gonna focus on giving me some more instructions on shaping mouthpieces. I've done it, but I want to try to refine my work, so spend some more time with Jeff, and we'll see how that works out soon. So I'll just blend this one to the shank of the pipe, or close. I can always sand it down and get it better. Giffy, how's it going? I can always make that transition a little smoother with sandpaper after I get done shaping it. But right now I just want to kind of get us in the ballpark where it's close. And that way it's ready to be worked on when me and Jeff have a chance to get together and do that. Oh, there's something I just did for any of you guys that are using sandpaper. I did it with the file too. I'll do it here on my shirt. If you ever notice, London Calling Simon has holes in his shirts on his belly. Well, if you notice, he'll take the sandpaper and dab it on his shirt, because that stuff just pulls all that garbage off there. When you just barely touch it there, you can see that stripe that just pulled all the powder out. And the works quite well on some of this finer grit sandpaper. I guess it's some 320 that's pretty used up. If I rub that on there, pulls a lot of that back out, and then you can keep using the finer grit sandpaper and not have to replace it every few seconds, it seems like. If you can make use of that information, that's great. Doesn't take much to amuse me, I guess. Probably doesn't help that I'm kind of a tightwad. I don't like to throw stuff away that's still good and can be used. So finding out that I can make the sandpaper last a lot longer was pretty cool. I don't know if you've met David, Greg. David G, he's here in Indiana, I believe. Nope. Alabama. I don't know what I'm thinking, David. But he came to Indiana Pipe Show. And he also has some Simon's pipes. That was very cool being able to see those at the pipe show. We got Muletown coming up here in a couple months. It's March 6th through the 8th, Columbia, Tennessee. If any of you guys can make that. I think that's the second largest attended pipe show in the U.S., is what I heard last year. Down at Briarworks. The Wizards smoked all the way to the bottom with no dottle, no gurgles, just ash. That's awesome. Glad to hear it, David. That's always music to a pipe maker's ears. I'm sure part of that, though, is conducive to somebody smoking a pipe that knows what they're doing. Because I'm sure I'm not as good at it as a lot of people. We're getting pretty close on the transition there. I haven't turned it yet, though. I guess we could do that. Maybe, if I can get a hold of it. Wow, that's a tight tenon. I can't get a hold of that. All this sawdust on me makes it hard to grip. May have put some soap on that. It's close enough for now. That's pretty close. So we'll set that one down. And I also have another wizard I'm working on, David. I don't know if you saw this one earlier. It's not quite as long as the one you have. And this one, the chamber, I think it comes out to about, I want to say 7/8. I don't know if that's accurate. Let me take a measurement quick. Nope, it's not 7/8. 780 thousandths is what that's coming up. Maybe that's the 20 mil, evidently. 20 mils, 787, I believe. So, yeah, the briar probably relaxed a little bit. There, I can get 785. Nothing like they sawdust in the evening. Yep. And on this one, it's got a little bit of the plateau I left on the edge, give it a little bit of character. This one's got more of a little Danish shape to it, kind of egg-like, except for that point on the bottom. The way the lines flow reminds me of a Danish style pipe. That one, I think I need to make a mouthpiece for that. I don't think I have any already made. Sometimes I make several up at a time when I'm on the lathe. At least part them off and drill them out. Those are rings. More rings, bands, whatever you want to call them, to go on some of the pipes. Got three, looks like 3 little boxes of those. I need to order some more of those too. Here's a couple of Tortuga mouthpieces, different sizes. And a little camo. I don't know what color I'm going to go with on this one. It's kind of a honey colored with a little dark swirl through that one. That one could work. I'd have to sand the transition down a little bit, but it ain't much. Guess I'll take a measurement of that, see where we are there. 357, 342, so 345. So yeah, only about 12 thousandths to sand the wood down to match that one. Yeah, I think I may use that one. So the sanding can continue now that I have a mouthpiece for it. And there's some more of those rings, a couple, couple silver ones in there. Most of the bands are nickel that I'm using currently. Let's see. So now that I got that, I need to find some, let's see, 320 grit will probably work. We'll see. I had some 240 here a minute ago, I thought. That's definitely coarser. We can use that to start with. Not too much of a change there. 12 thousandths. Ought to be able to knock the wood profile down to match the acrylic pretty quick. And it'll just be a matter of going through the grits to try to get all the scratches out. Give me this little dude here. Looked pretty after the stain went on the pipe, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, definitely. I know Greg's not going to make Muletown, unfortunately. He gets busy this time of year. How about Chicago, Greg? Are you going to make Chicago? Yep, you're right, Dave. It is unique. Are you going to Muletown, David? Or Chicago? Montana Piper, hey, how's it going? I didn't see you on here. Didn't see you come in. You doubt you do Chicago? Oh man, that's a bummer. I was hoping to hang out some more with you. Just hopped. Oh, okay. I was looking down when you hopped in. And you're going to Chicago. That's awesome. Chicago's a lot of fun. Hoping to make Chicago. When is Muletown? Muletown is March 6th through the 8th, and that's in Columbia, Tennessee, I believe. So we got a little less than 2 months for that one. And then April, May. Chicago, I think it's April 29th through May 3rd. So that gives me about 6 to 7 weeks between Muletown and Chicago this year. Oh yeah, I'm glad you got to go too, Greg. That was awesome. And then Indiana's going to have a pipe show again. Are there any RV sites around Muletown? I believe there are. Actually, one of the other pipe makers, Austin Bordeaux from Pathfinder Pipes, he actually rented a little cabin, I guess they called it, but it was like a shed, like a, I don't know if it was like a 8x12 or 12x16, but instead of staying in a hotel, he stayed at one of their little cabins. So I'm sure there's some camping fairly close to there, because I know he stayed in one of those. So oh man, Plunder's going to St. Louis. Is that what that is? STL, pretty sure that's St. Louis, which is February. I don't even know when that show is. I don't have a table for that show. If I was to do St. Louis, I'd probably just be going as a going to hang out. I probably wouldn't be taking any pipes. Might be able to do that. I hadn't really considered it. Not sure what's going on, huh? I'm sanding and the wood stem, the cherry stem, to blend it to the acrylic mouthpiece on a Danish styled wizard pipe. And earlier, Jackson, I was sanding on this little Lavat shaped pipe. Haven't made the stem complete yet. It's drilled, but haven't actually shaped that yet. I was just sanding the briar on that earlier. And we're just all hanging out, taking life easy, enjoying each other's company. Yeah, Jackson, these are this one here, not the other one, but this one is kind of along the lines of my take on Lord of the Rings style pipes. I don't make replicas, not affiliated with them. They're just an inspiration for the pipes that I do make, a lot of them. I have an Instagram account, which is Grunewald_Pipes. If you wanted to see some pictures, or you can go to my YouTube channel, the Pipes of Old YouTube channel, and you can see some more of my work there. From time to time, I'll make videos and post them on there, showing people what's available. Like a KOA? Yeah, I think so. I probably ought to reach out to Austin and find out for sure exactly what it was he stayed out down there, so I have better information for everybody on that. They got a heck of a lineup for some pipe makers down there, and some vendors. They've already Muletown on their website. Well, that was good. They already have their vendors listed. Get the sawdust out of the crack so I can actually see how that's coming along. The grain on this one, to me, really pops on the back side of the bowl. It comes up straight from about, it fans out a little bit, but basically from there to there, it all comes up straight. The sides, they get kind of wonky. They got some waviness to them. Some of the grain shows up on this side part of the way around, but then it turns into some bird's eye on the front. Oh, I know. Here I go again, Greg, trying to show grain without wetting it down. Let's see. All right, there, now you can see that grain. And you can see how it comes around this side some more, and then it goes into some more bird's eye in the front, and then as it comes around on this side, it gets a little bit wavy through here. But yeah, I really thought that grain, when you're looking down on the pipe from your smoking angle, is pretty stellar looking. Like I say, we got a little bit of plateau showing there on the front. And so to bed. Nice. That's a good smoke. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. We've got that transition. Oh, I know what I was doing. I can go back to working on the transition here. I thought I was done. Got busy chit-chatting and just enjoying hanging out with you guys, and spaced it. I had sanded that to 240 and stopped at that point. I would have realized it later, I'm sure. And then we'll go to 320, and then after that we'll go to 400. And that's probably where I'll stop for tonight, at the 400 mark. I can pick up and work on it some more with some higher grit later. Making things from hand has always been one of the coolest and most precious things to me, especially with wood. Oh, well, thank you. It is a good time. Thanks, Plunder. What's everybody else smoking? If Montana Piper's smoking his Wizard with And So to Bed, what's everybody else smoking tonight? I know David said earlier that he was smoking the Wizard pipe, and he said that smoked down to ash, so I know he's not smoking that now. Pretty plugged up. Couple pats on the pants and clean, and gonna sand some more. The nice thing about that is, even though this is like 320 grit, once you've knocked off the edges of it, it's really a lot finer grit than that. It's not 400 by any stretch, but it definitely gets a little smoother. Let's see if I can find some 400 now. Thought I had some 400 laying here. There we go, 400. Clean that out on my pant leg here. Now we can blend this together. Get that transition working out nice. French briar pipe, nougat tobacco. Nice. How in the world do you drill them? Psyllium's black in the Wizard. Awesome. Well, initially, I actually have a couple pieces of stock here in front of me. I use cherry wood, and I buy, originally I used flat stock and machined it down to 3/8 by 3/4, and I used 2 of them. I would mill the slot 2 millimeter deep in it with a 4 millimeter ball end mill, and then I would sandwich them together after I steamed them and put them in a press to bend them in a jig. Now I use cherry dowel rod, 1/2 inch and 5/8, and I put these in the lathe and drill 4 mil holes straight through them. Uh-oh. Sounds like I gotta bring some pipes to the St. Louis Pipe Show. Even if I don't have a table, I guess I'll have to put them in my briefcase and bring some along. So yeah, I have the straight drill rod. It's not drill rod. The straight rod stock of cherry, and I can put that in the lathe and drill it out. And then once it's drilled, then I steam it in the house. And I've had a buddy make me some jigs that fit the taper. Not only do they fit the taper going down from one size to the smaller size, they also have the arch in them. I did the drawing on a drawing program, and I got a buddy that can 3D print them for me. Right now I think I've got 2 or 3 different sizes and arcs for different lengths, because every time you change the length of the stem, like I think the current one I'm doing is I did a 4.5 inch length, so I can bend anything probably 4.5 to, let's see, 5.5 will be bent in that jig that I had done. And then I got some other jigs that are a little bit different length. But the problem is when you change the length of them, you can't just change the length, because then you want to maintain, regardless of whether it's here or here, you want this end being a 1/2 inch. You want this end being a 350 to 400,000, somewhere in there. But whatever size I decide on, I can't recall. I think it's maybe 375 on this end, or 350. Can't recall. But I have it this size. If I stop at 1/2 inch here, the taper is different than if I make a longer stem with 1/2 inch here. So each length of stem requires a different bending jig. I think I'm on 3 or 4 right now, so I can have some variations in stem lengths. All right, there's 400. See if I got something else here. Here's some 500. We can step up to that. Try to get some of the... it's got some blue in it from where I was sanding on a stem. Don't think I want to impregnate my briar with blue ebonite. Let's see what else we got. Here's some 800. Here's some 600. That may work. And here's some more 500. We may just step up to the 600. Try to get it folded over nice so it'll rip. St. Louis, I'm gonna have to look that up. What day did they? Ooh, I may not be able to make St. Louis plunder. I think that falls on February 14th, if I remember right. Valentine's Day. Granted, I've been married 41 years this year, but if I want to make 42, I may not be able to make St. Louis. We'll have to feel the wife out and see how that goes. See what her thoughts are, because I doubt she wants to come to the show with me. She's kind of funny. She's only been to one show with me, and that was Richmond. Greg, the tunnel tape, got to meet the wife out there. We went out and had supper together, if I remember correctly. And what was the other guy's name? Blake. He was out there at Richmond, and we all went out to eat together. And Blake was kind enough to buy that evening, I believe. Don't count me out yet, Plunder. I'll give it some thought. I mean, it's always fun going to a pipe show, even if I've not got a table. And it's about a 4-hour trip over, so I could make that over in a day. I could leave out early, like 4 or 5 in the morning, make it over there to around 9 o'clock, because I think it's a 4-hour drive. So I don't know if the show opens at 9 or 10. Can't recall. But that would be fun, even just going to hang out. Like I say, I can throw some pipes in my briefcase and see if my son and his wife want to go along. I know she's expressed some interest in making some pipe shows with us, so with that one being a 4-hour trip over, we can go over and hang out for the day and then make it home that night. I don't know, may not be her idea of a way to spend Valentine's Day either, but we'll see. I'll look that up and verify for sure, but I'm almost sure it's February 14th is when that is. I went out last year and Primmel from Smoker's Haven. He was nice enough to share his table with me. And he had another guy, Chris Martin, I believe, was who was out there. Him and his girlfriend or wife was out there. And we shared Primmel's table, and Primmel threw a few leather pipe sleeves on there, I think. Holy smokes, it's already 9:30. I didn't realize we've been on here this long. Of course, I guess I didn't get on till almost 9, it looks like. We've only been on here for 42 minutes. And I gotta work tomorrow. Gotta get cleaned up from all this mess. And that was a 600 grit there. We'll set that one aside. Maybe we should hit 600 on the little Lovat real quick and get it cleaned up. It's just, both these pipes come out looking like they're going to be smooths, which that just blows me away, because I think that was the last pipe I did before I started turning this Lovat. I may have threw a block away that had a fatal flaw in it. But still, to end up with two smooths that quick back to back, luck of the draw, I guess, when I was pulling briar out. Mother Nature is not always that kind. Break the edge on this bowl just a little bit with this 600. We don't want to get too carried away. We'll look at it later to see if it needs broke a little more. The shank's gonna need some more sanding when I get to fitting the stem to it a little better. So I'm not overly worried, because this pipe will get gone over again. Alrighty, guys. Thanks, Plunder. You need to forge a pipe stand. Yeah, that'd be cool. Do you do live, or do you post YouTube videos doing forging, Plunder? That'd be cool to watch, I think. I've never done any forging. I do YouTube lives. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to make sure I try to catch one. Is there any certain time you do them, or are you like me and just kind of throw it out there whenever you're in the shop and feeling like it? I know some guys do it like on a schedule, like every Friday night or Saturday night or something like that when they do their lives. Try to be live once a week at about 6:30 or 7. I'll try to keep that in mind, see if I can catch one of your lives one evening. This is Monday. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock is Happy Piper. I think on Tuesdays, if I remember right. I have a horrible memory. Yep, but I'll try to catch one of those, Plunder. All right, guys. Well, I'm pretty much at a stopping point here with sanding these two pipes, hand sanding. I'll work on shaping that one another day, maybe tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here and get in the house, get cleaned up before bedtime. Friday, I guess, is the normal night. Okay, I'll try to remember that, Plunder. All right, guys. Hopefully you have a blessed week, and pipe on.